Welcome to episode 1 of Rated T&T with Tim and Tay, the show where we talk about movies, TV shows, fandoms, fics, and everything in between. I'm Tim, this is Tay. So glad to have you here.
Same. I guess we'll start with just a couple quick introductions. Hi y'all, I'm Tay. You can find me on TikTok or Instagram. My handle is just my forte. I talk about TV, shows, fanfic, fandom, everything in my general life, actually.
And I'm Tim. You may know me as Casual Fandom with Tim from TikTok, where I talk about movies, music, TV shows like Grey's Anatomy, 911, Charmed, and most recently, Teen Wolf.
Kind of dove off into Teen Wolf too, not gonna lie.
Which is good. That was on purpose, and I will be getting her into Charmed at some point as well. So.
I am gonna watch Charmed. It's on my list. I got a lot of things on my list. Grey's Anatomy is not on my list. I tried that. Will not be going back. Yeah, everything else is fair game though. Everything else is fair game.
If you are from TikTok or the 911 fandom, then you have definitely seen us together before, many times talking about 911. But if you have not, me and Tay met through the 911 fandom. I slid smoothly into the DM to ask if she wanted to go live with me after one of the 911 episodes, and we have been going live together ever since. It was an added bonus that we realized we lived in the same city and not that far away from each other. So it was as if this friendship was destined to happen. So, but as we mentioned, one of the shows that we really enjoy and that sort of started all of this for us is 911. And since the disaster of a trailer just came out and I just watched it today, let's start with 911.
I feel like it's very on brand to start with 911. I feel like it's very on brand. I think everybody has seen the trailers so far, and I don't even know where to start. I think with the comments, I was okay. The meteorites, I was alright. I was like, okay, it's a little campy. It's bringing back to the disasters. To be honest, they had nowhere to go, baby. They've done everything. They had to have something grand. I draw the fucking line at space. I draw the line at space.
Thinking about it now, do you think that the whole space thing was influenced by Katy Perry and Gayle King and that little crew going to space? I really just feel like Tim Minear saw all that happening and was like, yes.
I gotta get in on that.
Yes. Gayle King looks like Athena Grant, and I feel like it's time to get my girl up in space.
But very well, because I don't know, I used to want to pretend like I knew what was going on in that man's mind. I don't. I've tried to steer clear of trying to figure out where he's gonna go and what he's gonna do. I just I don't think that there's anything that they can tell me in that show that would justify sending them folks to space. I don't see it at all. There's no reason for her or him to be in space. Somebody commented on it though and said, or commented on I think it was on one of my TikToks, and said that if Bobby is in space, oh no, it had to do with the name tags. When she opens up her locker, there's a Nash name tag in there. And somebody said, oh, Bobby's in space. That's why they sending her up there.
I'd be okay with that.
It'd be the only justification. Because what other reason would you have to send? They don't have no space experience. They are not astronauts.
None. It really makes you question, what is the jurisdiction of the 118? Because they be all over the city. And something tells me space is way outside of the jurisdiction.
Way outside of it.
They don't have other people for that?
You know, the way that they set that show up is like that's the only fire station in the city and the only dispatcher that matters. They be something everywhere. I don't know. I think they running out of ideas.
I think so.
I think they're running out of ideas.
But honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if this is the last season.
True.
I feel like Tim Minear, hate that we share a name, I feel like he did not get the response that he was expecting by killing Bobby.
What do you think he was expecting?
I think that he thought he could pull a Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah.
Because Grey's Anatomy, Game of Thrones, shows like that, like, they'll kill a main character. Like, it is like common knowledge. Don't get too attached because they could be dead yesterday. And so I think that he thought that he could recreate that. I think where he messed up is he waited 8 years to do it.
Exactly.
I think had maybe a main character would have died early on, like many of them should have, like rebar through the skull or getting crushed by a ladder truck. Like, I think if a main character would have died earlier on in the series, Bobby wouldn't have felt so out of the blue.
I agree. I think to go 8 seasons without having anybody die, with all of the things that they encountered, to then want to get to that season and be like, hey, I'm going to kill one of y'all's favorites, was wicked. I think that was absurd on all accounts. Then to turn around and say we're going to space the next season, where, like, I thought you wanted to be realistic. I thought the aim with Bobby's death is to show that, like, no, the show is still real. Like, these things happen. Mind you, how did he die with an open wound in there? But you know, I'm gonna leave that because, like, it wasn't realistic. I'll give him. It wasn't realistic. But if we're going to attempt to have some realism in the show, I think turning around and coming back and saying, like, oh, now I'm sending this cop and this paramedic to space is absurd. It's absurd. And I think at that point, we'd gotten so used to having everybody, like, it still being a full team. They go through these things, but we know, like, next episode, they're
no
gonna
matter
be fine.
what happened, at the end of the day, we knew that our team was going to be fine. You know,
They
may not have been fine at the end, but we knew that somewhere down the line, they were going to make it out. They were going to make it out.
It very much gave, like, the show with real people, but it actually mirrors, like, a Family Guy. Like, the craziest stuff happens throughout the episode, but at the end of it, we know, all right, next episode, they back on the couch watching TV. Like, and I think for a lot of people, that's why it was their comfort show. Because terrible things happen. It's very realistic with, like, COVID and all these other things that happened. Yeah. But at the end of the day, they knew that the 118 would still be the 118. Right. And then y'all went and killed the captain. Right. And Peepaw.
You know, which is great. Like, I've seen so many people crashing out with Peepaw, myself included, right? Like, and I totally understand because, like, this is a show about found family. Yes. You know, and, like, it very much gives, like, Bobby Nash, for a lot of people, was the dad, the father figure that they never had, right? For sure. Like, for sure. Like, this is the family that he chose, and, like, so to get rid of that character after 8 years of building this relationship with my Peepaw, it's like, for what?
For what?
For what? Like, and that's not to say that it should have been somebody else, Tommy, but, like, it could have been
actual fact
anybody. Like, why did it have to be Bobby Nash?
I think that's my main, because from what I know, and I had made a video about it because I was just like, this doesn't make any sense. To know that Peter wanted to stay on the show, like, it wasn't that he wanted to leave or anything. This was just a creative decision of Tim's. Make it make sense. Like, I want to know the thought behind choosing which one to kill off, because it just, to me, it doesn't make sense. There's plenty of other opportunities to kill anybody else.
It was gonna be Ravi. Which I don't know how I feel about that.
Oh, they said it was going to be Ravi?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Originally...
Oh, no, that would have pissed me off.
The original script that I think everybody had gotten, it said Ravi.
Okay. Oh, is that the one where, like, Buck accidentally...
I think so.
Okay. I did know about that. I did know about that.
The original script said Ravi, and I don't know. And that's not to say, you know, for the Ravi fans, I love Ravi too. That's not to say that I wish it was him over Bobby. Yeah. But we had just met Ravi.
We did.
Like, I feel like we hadn't really you know, we didn't get a Ravi Begins. I don't know anything about Ravi
True.
except that he was a probie and he owns real estate. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I don't know much about his character, and so if somebody had to die and it was between Ravi and Bobby, I feel like the choice was clear.
Yeah, it made a lot.
You know?
It made a lot more sense.
It would have been sad. They still would have grieved Ravi. You know, it still would have been a shock because still in 8 years the show has not killed off a main character.
Yeah.
So it still would have been a shock for Ravi to have been the one to die, but nowhere near as shocking as Bobby.
No. I will say that I love that they kept Ravi.
Yes.
I love him
and
down.
I really do hope that going into season 9, we do get a Ravi Begins episode.
I think it's only fair. Like, I feel like if we're going to keep him around, that we should get it.
Yeah.
Like, he shows up enough, he's there enough for him to have his own story. And I think the fans are also curious enough to want to have a Ravi Begins. I've seen that in the comments a lot. What I want to know, what do you feel like is going to happen in this season? I haven't put a lot of thought into what I think's gonna happen because I'm gonna be honest. When I saw the space, I was just you know what, I'm gonna fall back because y'all about to piss me off, and I don't understand.
What do I think is gonna happen? I don't know. I think there are, and I feel like after last season. Hate to keep bringing it back to Bobby, but after last season with him killing off Bobby, it's like it's hard to even predict like where is this story going to go, you know, because I feel like he has proven like even though all the signs are pointing in this direction, the lights are green, everything is heading in this direction, I'm not going to take it there. Yeah. So I don't know, it's hard to say. I feel like based on where we left off last season, I think there are some things that I think will happen. Like, I think Chim will be captain.
Yeah.
Seemed like we were heading in that direction.
For sure.
I think that Athena might leave.
Yeah.
I think I wouldn't be surprised if this is Angela Bassett's last season. One, because she has said over and over she does not want to do the show without Peter.
Yeah.
But also, I feel like a lot of Athena's story was Bobby. And now that he's not there, like, they could have her continue to do the cop thing and get involved. And I'm sure she will continue to be involved, especially now that May and Harry are series regulars. Like, they could probably lean more into the family aspect and her being a mom and, you know, things like that. But it wouldn't surprise me if she leaves the show. Like, if this is her last season. I think she's still an executive producer on the show. So sure. I don't see her, like, fully walking away. But I could see them. There was a season of Grey's Anatomy where it was the COVID season. I think that might have been season 20, maybe 19, something like that. And Meredith Grey spent the entire season in a hospital bed. Because she had COVID. And so all of her scenes were like her hallucinating, talking to different people from the past who had died, things like that. And I think that was Grey's Anatomy's way of soft launching Meredith's exit. Trying to see, like, will this show survive? Will the interest hold? Will the ratings hold if the show's namesake, Meredith Grey, is not as involved? I could see them doing that this season with Athena. Like, maybe starting to soft launch. What would this show be like if she's not here? Like, would people still be interested?
Maybe the space thing is like her last hurrah.
Maybe. Honestly, if she dies and goes to be with Bobby, I'd be okay with that. You know, but Athena for life.
Yeah.
Some things that I would like to see, I'm not even going to say Buddy, because I feel like that's not
That's
a
whole nother topic.
That's a whole other thing. We could do a whole episode on that. So I'm not even going to go down that road. I would like to see Eddie and Chris have a conversation about Kim.
That's on my list. That's the number one on my list.
That needs to come back up. For that to have caused the ripple effect that it did, it needs to be discussed.
Yeah, there was no resolution. And at the end of the season, they pretty much just showed Chris and Eddie back in the house together, and it's just like, no, I need them to have a conversation.
Right.
That was that much of a blowout that you let your child run off to Texas. Well, no, actually, you let your parents kidnap your child.
Exactly.
That we don't get a conversation from that's absurd. Like, there needs to be a conversation, because it wasn't just about you being a terrible father. That boy walked into his house and saw you hugging a lady that was identical to his dead mother.
Yeah, I honestly, I want her to come back. Like, I would like for there to be some sort of involvement for Kim. Like, she should come back and kidnap Chris or something like that.
Something.
Like, some sort of storyline that involves Kim coming back, because I also feel like that story was left off. Like, she sort of left the house and we never saw or heard from her again. So I feel like that would be an interesting story for her to have been stewing in vengefulness that whole time, like while all of that was playing out with Texas and Chris and stuff, and then she hears that Eddie and Chris are back, and she's like, oh, this is my time. Like, so I would like to see something involving Kim.
I think so I agree with that. I also would like for them to just resolve a lot of the left open plot points before, like, throwing them in space, because, like, I get it, y'all need, like, the big fanfare of, like, a huge event or whatever. First of all, I think the meteorites is enough. I don't think we had to send
and is that the same episode?
Is that the same episode? Because they keep saying it's the premiere, and I'm just like, okay, so we're getting both of these in one episode, or this 2-episode premiere. Crazy. But I want to see, because, like, there were some things that they did last season that I felt like were very pointed, but, like, there was no wrap up to it.
Yeah.
By the time we got to the end of the season. And one of the main, like, being not having any resolution between Chris and Eddie. Okay, he threw up at the chess game, and you was just like, all right, I'm a dad now.
Right.
But, like, did you sit your son down and, like, have a conversation with him about why he walked in on what he walked in on? Also, just like because I think I talked about this in a TikTok, but, like, I feel like it would go a long way for them to have that conversation on screen. Tim loves to not have a lot of conversations on screen that need to happen on screen. For one, when Tim punched Buck, we should have had a resolution to that. He should have apologized. Granted, I don't know if Buck deserved a punch, but, like, you did hide that from me. Like, so... But there was no apology, no anything from that. I'm trying to think of another one. I know for sure the biggest for me is the Kim thing. I was really hoping that he was hallucinating or had some sort of, like, medical issue that was, like, making him... That would have
made too much sense.
It would have made so much... Because I was just like, why do we have a doppelganger running around on this realistic TV show? You telling me it's realistic? Now I got a doppelganger that looked just like this lady. Make it make sense. But I do just really hope that they wrap some things up. But to be honest, it looks like they're just creating more plots instead of wrapping up some of the ones. I also need us to circle back to what Buck said to Tommy in that kitchen.
Right.
What was the point?
I don't want to see him. Let's make that clear. Not a fan. I don't want...
Could do without.
Right. I don't want to see him. I do think, well, I don't think. It wouldn't surprise me if he comes back.
Yeah.
Mostly because of how they left off. You know, it was, he made a point of showing that there are no hard feelings.
Yeah.
You know, like, even after Buck said what he said in the kitchen, like, he still showed up and helped him when he needed it. Like, that whole scene in the helicopter where he's like, oh, I'm here to help Chim, you know, but I'm also here to help you. Like, I feel like that was a very pointed way to show, like, there's no bad blood. Like, I'm past it. We may not be, like, at the point of, like, oh, we're going to get back together, but, like, we're okay, you know? And so I don't think it would be out of place for him to show up again. Whether that be because him and Buck are trying to be friends, or maybe him and Eddie are trying to be friends again now that he's back and
Yeah.
you know things are in a better place.
Because Tim loves to bring up
Right.
people that don't
Right. Especially because I don't watch a lot of the 911 interviews and stuff, but there was one on social media where they were asking the cast like what are they most excited for season 9, and Aisha said something to the effect of like old new cast members coming back, you know, and like seeing how they fit into the dynamic. And so that could be anybody. Like it's been 8 years. Like we've run through a number of characters that could be anybody. But it would not surprise me if it is Tommy, especially because Lou is very much unemployed. He can't stay on the show right now. He can't stay on the show right now because he keeps getting canceled. But
you know,
so he is unemployed right now, and so it wouldn't surprise me if he were to make a reappearance some way, somehow, whether that's, you know, we're trying to be friends or
I don't want it.
Whatever. Oh, I don't want it.
I don't want it unless
the only if he's coming back, it only needs to be for him to bring up what was said.
Yes,
that
like,
was it.
I only want it if it's in the realm of like trying to push Buddy, because like I feel like that's the only plot that he serves. Right. That's the only point that he serves. I need him to tell somebody what Buck said, preferably, I don't know, Hen.
Right.
Because Hen is like a dog with a bone. She's gonna ask
Buck
about it. And then Buck's gonna have to like realize that like, oh, that was crazy, what I said. But like, I need him to come to some sort of realization about what he said, because he said it, and I don't think he really thought too much about it. It should have been Maddie.
That's who we should have said it to, and I don't know why it didn't come up in that dialogue that they were having, because that would have been the perfect opportunity for her to be like, Evan, did you hear what you just said?
Be for real. Because the look on her face when he said that I'm not in love with Eddie, she was like, oh. I'm like, all right, you idiot.
Right. Yeah. I know a lot of people, myself included, saw that and were like, oh, buddy, it's coming.
Yeah.
I think that was Tim's way of being like, here, damn.
Yes.
Like yes. I don't think that he...
But it was nothing, though.
Right. I don't think he fully has any intention of ever taking the story there. I really do not. No. Like, as much as, you know, we clown about it and read into every single scene, and I truly don't know that he ever plans to take the story there. And if he does, I could see it being like a very last ditch, like, oh, the show's ending, so let me go ahead and give them what they want. And that's going to piss me off. I'd rather not have it at all.
Because then at that point, I think because most of the fans want to see like a relationship develop with them.
Right.
I think that it's going to be a throwaway if it ever does happen. And like, we're going to not see them get together. We're not going to be able to see them in like their awkward stage of like figuring out their feelings, and like
time jump.
It's gonna be a time jump. They're gonna be happily married and like have an adopted little girl, and like it's gonna piss me off because like that's all that we've wanted. Another thing though is I don't know if I want him to do it even then, because I don't think that he's going to do it right. I think one, it's taken so long now. I think that people thought because we got by Buck that it was preparing for something. But to be honest, I think if we were going to get Buddy, it would have made more sense for the show to address the situation of Eddie not being straight before Buck, if they were going to go the Buddy route. Because now it seems forced. And then also, I think, me personally, knew that Eddie, that would be a lot of things to unwrap when it came to him realizing that he's not straight. It would have been a storyline that they could have had for the entirety of one season, maybe even two, for all the things that he would have to get through.
It's more of a journey for him.
It's more of a journey.
Buck being bi felt like, okay, the sky's blue. You know, like, that wasn't unnatural at all. Like, he gives bi energy, you know.
He gives it.
But for Eddie, it would be more of a journey, you know, to go through everything. The identity aspect, the Catholic aspect, I have a son, I was married, like, you know.
It was prime character development for him, though. Prime character development, if they would have done that. And then it also would have been great to have done it along this same time of him going through Chris being in Texas.
Yeah.
We could have addressed that all in one season, but again, they chose not to do it. So I don't think that Tim is ever going to give us Buddy. I don't think, and I think if he does, like you said, it'll be like a last throwaway. The show's ending, which honestly may be the last episode of season 9. It's gonna be a here damn. It's gonna be like, oh my god, y'all keep asking for this. Here you go. And when I say something about the open plot points, I do count like the conversation with Maddie and like the things that he said with Tommy as another one, because what was the point?
Right.
What was the point in doing all of that? Was it just to give us a crumb, or to say like, y'all, he's genuinely not in love with Eddie? That's not going to be a thing. I didn't understand what we got that for.
Right. Why even bring it up?
Why even bring it up?
It's not going to go anywhere.
If you never wanted him to be in love with that man, like there was no point in him begging the question. Because we all know that just because it comes out of Evan Buckley's mouth does not make it true. He will say a lot of things, do a lot of things. No. It actually makes me not believe him, to be honest.
I didn't believe him when he said it.
No, he didn't believe himself. He didn't believe himself. He did not believe himself. So I don't know. I don't think we're ever going to get Buddy. And that's fine, because the fanfic serves every time.
That is the best. That's the best part of us not having Buddy canon, is seeing and reading where the fanfic writers can take a story.
Oh, the girls be writing. Okay.
Sometimes before the episode even ends, before the credits are even rolling and Dr. Odyssey was on the screen, they had already had the fic pumped out.
Full-fledged fic with a great plot point. Like, I just, where do y'all get the time?
Yeah.
Every commercial break.
What
fingers
computer
flying.
do y'all use? Because I know the keys on that laptop, painless.
Burnt. Come on.
Painless. Tearing the paint off of those keyboards writing these stories. And I appreciate it. Because I be reading it, right?
Yes.
Like, I very much appreciate it, but I be so curious, how do you all find the time to turn the exact episode that we are watching into a story?
And thousands of words, might I add. Oh, the show just ended. You got a 20,000 word fic posted already. Girl, how? How did you think of this? How did you get it out so fast?
Has an AO3 burner account.
Oh, no, he for sure does. What episode was that last season? Was it the one that with the dog? I don't know. There was an episode that came out and everybody...
That felt like it was straight out of AO3.
I don't remember
straight out of AO3.
What episode it was, but everybody's reaction.
Was the episode where he was sabotaging. The one with the dog. He was sabotaging all the showings. Yeah. And then at the end, he showed up and like took over the lease.
Yeah.
Straight out of a fan
That
fiction.
was for sure was.
Yeah.
For sure was. Because I have read many a fic where he takes over the lease while Eddie went to Texas. Yeah. And yeah, no, he for sure has a burner account. Somebody else in that writing room got a burner account. Yeah. No, they for sure.
And I love y'all. Shout out to the writers. Truly the backbone of every family.
Because y'all keep me fed daily. And like I need it to keep coming. Even if we don't get Buddy, I need y'all to make it happen.
Right. Because in my head, it already exists. Has existed for years. You know?
And for me, I just started the show in November. Yeah, the first time I watched 911 was November. Immediately started reading Buddy fics. Because that's what got me into the show. I saw an edit on TikTok. And I was like, oh, this seems real gay. Right up my alley. Watched the show and was like, oh, it is gay, but not in the way that I thought it was going to be.
Right.
And so, yeah, but it was a buddy. It was a buddy edit that made me watch the show.
Can't leave them out of the conversation. The edit makers.
No. Okay? Oh.
The edit makers, y'all eat too.
Like, my timeline is full of it. I actually have a collection. And if y'all want to see it, just visit my page, because my 911 edits, my collection of them, it's public. It's not private. So all of my favorite Buddy edits, all of my favorite Athena edits, like they're all on my page, available to be watched. I'm gonna watch this new season. Obviously, I want to see where it goes. I also do think that, I don't know, the hype for the show is kind of dying down. I don't see as many people that are just like is excited for it to come back as it was when the hiatus for 8B. It's definitely a difference in energy level from what I've seen from the fans.
And I
So
think
I'm
that's
curious.
because of Bobby.
Yeah.
I think it is.
I can agree.
Look, shout out to the people that post that bring back Peepaw meme in every comment section that they can. I love to see it. Please, wherever this video is posted, post it here too, because I love that meme. But I really do think that it's Bobby, because the show doesn't even feel like the same show anymore.
True.
Like, I think that feeling would exist no matter who died, right? Like, even if it was Ravi or Hen or whoever, I think that feeling would still exist, but I think it is amplified because it is Bobby. It's like you could have killed anybody on the show, and you chose the heart and center of the show. Like, I know that, like, people in the fandom are all, oh, Buddy, Buck, and Eddie, and whatever, but, like, Bobby is truly the heart of that show.
He is.
Like, I'm pretty sure, it's been a long time since I've seen episode 1, season 1, but I'm pretty sure he's the first person you see.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as the show starts, like, it literally opens with Bobby.
Yeah.
And, like, a lot of the stories center on Bobby, whether it's about him or he's offering advice about whatever. Like, everybody goes to Bobby, no matter what they're dealing with. Like, Bobby is the heart of the show, and I feel like now that is gone, like, it doesn't even feel like the same show. You know?
No, because he was for sure, I feel like, the glue in, like, their group and the backbone and the father figure for everybody. And so I really just don't think it made sense to off him of anybody on the show.
Again, not to say that I wanted it to be Ravi.
No.
When Tommy was right there.
You know, prime.
I'm like,
prime
if
selection.
you, and I think it's the time. I'm like, it's 8 years. Like, why after 8 years, when nobody, might I add, was complaining about realism?
No.
Nobody. Not a single person.
We accepted it.
Right. Not everybody knew that was bullshit. Like, everybody who watched, nobody watched the show for realism.
No.
We all knew that it didn't make no fucking sense that
the shit they went through.
Can we cuss on this podcast?
I don't know.
Probably. Probably. I feel like we've already locked in now. It was like everybody knew. Nobody felt like, oh, these people shouldn't be alive. Like, everybody knew that it was crazy as hell that after 8 years, none a single one. I'm like, they didn't even have chronic pain.
All of them should have died at least once or twice.
At least once. Like, so, like, there was not a single person who was on the internet complaining that the show wasn't realistic.
No.
Like, nobody watched it for realism. Yeah. So it's like, after 8 years, why now? You know, I'm like, you would have been better off just doing what you were doing. I'm like, you could have done that. You could be on air as long as Grey's Anatomy. Because nobody was watching for realism. I posted a video about it, literal paramedics in the comments saying, I don't watch this show for realism. This is my everyday life. Like I don't come here to see this shit on TV.
No, most people had it as a comfort show because they knew that, like, none of them were going to die. Yeah. And so, him giving that as an excuse, like, that's what it was. It was a bullshit excuse. You just wanted to do some fuck shit. And it was just like, okay.
Yeah. And I think that is why the energy around the show isn't the same. Because it just doesn't feel like the same show. You know, it's like, I mean, people get really invested in TV to several degrees. But it's like, damn, like, am I gonna turn it on and the first thing I see is Hen gonna be beheaded? Like, it's like you never It's like you never know. It's like if you would kill the longest running character, I'm pretty sure Bobby was in every single episode, the heart of the show, and nobody else is safe.
Nobody is
like
safe.
Who's next? You know?
But like that's just also the biggest mistake to make. If you are going to make a show where main characters are going to die, you shouldn't get your audience used to the feeling of like that not being the case. Game of Thrones, immediately, often
straight from the start.
From the start, people you like, oh, I don't care. I'm behead this man at the end of this. Like they don't care.
Straight from the start, like straight out of the gate. I think episode 1, it was like, this person is going to die. There is not going to be a last minute save or somebody's gonna come through and swoop in, and he's dead.
He's dead.
Get used to it.
But
and they kept that same energy for
throughout
8
the
seasons.
entirety. Throughout the
8
entirety
seasons.
of the show.
They did not get us used to something and then change it.
Yes.
8 years
Which is
into
crazy.
it. And that is where that's where he messed up. And I think that, like I said, it would not surprise me if this is the last season.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of the energy for the show is gone. It died with Bobby.
I want to know. I'm curious to see how many people tune in for the season premiere and how it's going to teeter off towards the after the premieres. Like I'm gonna keep track of that and then circle back and some following.
I feel like it's gonna be high.
It's gonna be high, but I think it's gonna trail off.
Right, not because I think people are interested, but I think it's more of like, what the fuck is this gonna be?
Yeah,
I must see with my own eyes.
Yeah.
What is this going to give?
Yeah.
So it's not gonna surprise me when after the show, like, they're gonna post the highest ratings ever, to try and show people like, you thought the ratings were gonna go down because I killed this character, but look, they're the highest they've ever been. But they're definitely going to decrease, I think. Yeah, because I'm definitely curious, like, why are they going to space? Like, I need to see it with my own eyes. Like, where is this story going?
There's not a single reason
at all
that they can give me that would justify it. I to be honest, because like, I'll be okay if Bobby up there and she got to go save him. But why the fuck would Bobby be in space? Like, what reason can you give me for any of them?
You would think Athena's the only officer in that damn city.
I swear.
It's like, is nobody else around?
The one that's here is the only fucking station. She's the only cop, and Maddie's the only fucking dispatcher. That's it. That's all. That's the show. Love it, though. Don't get me wrong. Absolutely love the show. Was obsessed. Binged, 7 seasons? Yeah. 7.5 seasons. Because when I started watching it was coming on air, 8B was airing. But, speaking of premieres.
Where's this going?
There's another show premiering that same night. Will you be watching 911 Nashville?
Oh, Jesus Christ. I
felt like you would. Yeah, I thought you knew where I was gonna go with that. But
I completely forgot about that. Up until now, I was thinking it was Dr. Odyssey, but I forgot they canceled that show.
Yeah, which was, we'll say that for another episode. But 911 Nashville.
I will be watching, but kind of like what I said earlier, not out of interest.
Yeah.
But out of curiosity. Like, I'm curious, what is this going to be, And also, I mean, I don't know if he's going to be in the show or not, but, like, when they were filming, like, when we knew they were filming in Nashville, like, Oliver
was there.
He could have just been there to support, the show and his new castmates or whatever. But I'm curious now, like... Yeah. Is he going to be in the show for some reason?
He is. He was up there running miles through Nashville at 5 o'clock in the morning.
And I'm like, why? For what reason? What role are you going to play in this thing?
Yeah.
So, yes, I will be watching for the only reason to make content about it. Yeah. Yeah. I think that the interest that I had last season is gone. Like, I feel like we talked about this. Like, there was such a feeling of like, oh, I can't wait for Thursday. The best. I was like, nobody asked me to do anything on Thursday. Yeah, I will not be available. I am locked in. I must be in my house. My phone must be charged. Yeah. Like, it was the thing. Like, but now it's like, I'll get there when I get there, So, yeah, I think I will watch. Also because, as uninterested in the story as I am, I do think they have a really cool cast. Okay. And I'm really interested to see how they work together. We talked about Grey's Anatomy and Arizona. Jessica is on the show. So I'm curious to see, like, the cast and, like, why they made the decisions that they made. But I don't know that I will be as locked in. Till this day, I still haven't even seen... What's the other one? 911? I haven't even seen Lone Star. So...
I watched Lone Star up until the crossover episode, and then I stopped. And I just never went back to it. I don't think it was a terrible show. I did enjoy some of the characters. Tommy was my favorite. Yes. I love her down. Suits. Love her. Yes.
Love Suits.
I love her down.
Yeah, she was in that. I really like Sierra.
TK. Oh,
I love TK.
TK's character. I loved his character.
TK and Carlos.
Mm-hmm. Charlos. Love them. Love them down.
Which is crazy. I knew that name before I even knew where it was from.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, I knew Charlos and had been seeing the edits, but I was like, I don't know where these people are from. And then I later found out that it was actually also 911. But love them, and Sierra McCain, who is the singer. She's the sister of China Ann.
Oh,
McCain.
Yes. Grace. I think Grace is her character.
Yeah,
I loved her. Really?
Yeah. Oh. Randomly, I was bartending, and she had come in because she had ordered a bunch of food for her and her family. I'll show you the picture after this. But yeah, she's super, super nice, super sweet. I heard, like I said, I haven't seen the show, but I heard that they didn't want to pay her. Something about they didn't want to pay her, and so she left the show after a while. She still participates in the stuff though.
She does, like the little panels and things.
I see her at the panels and the conventions, which that's on my bucket list.
To go to one?
To go to one of those conventions. I'm like, I don't know how people find those. Like,
me neither.
Do you just have to know somebody who knows somebody? But
I don't know. Somebody in the comments.
Right. If you know how to get to one of those conventions, or you have been yourself, please let us know. Because I really would like to go to one at some point.
Yeah. I think it would be fun too. I will circle back. 911 Nashville. I'm going to at least watch the first episode because I am interested in seeing what they've created. I don't enjoy that it seems like they're wanting to remake OG 911 instead of coming up with its like own. Because like, why did they have to be the 113th? I'm gonna be real honest. Of all the station numbers we could have came up with, we had to go the 113th. Yeah. I find that so absurd. I do want to see whatever role Oliver has on there. I do think that he was there filming. I don't think he went for sport. I think he was there because he has some role. I would love to see what reason they will give for him to be in Nashville.
Maybe he got promoted and like it's his job to go to different fire stations now.
Or maybe when I don't know. No, he was kind of pretty locked in by the end of the season after Chim's like big speech. Yeah. For a while there, he was ready. He was wanting to leave.
He took back his transfer, I think. Because he bought a house. Took it back.
Yeah.
Or an apartment or something.
Did he fully buy it though? Did it say? Because I know he was looking at it.
I think that because when it left off, it was like he was telling the realtor lady like, "Oh yeah, I think this is the one." Okay. So. We never get sign a contract or anything, but so who knows? We could come back and the whole thing fell through, and maybe they are living together. I don't know.
We'll see. But I am gonna watch 911 Nashville just to see, and obviously make some content on it. I'm not excited about it though. I don't think that they can remake the magic of the original 911, and instead of trying to, because you can always change when it comes to these TV shows. You can always change things at the drop of a dime. Right. You can always reshoot things.
I.e., it is not too late to bring Bobby back. It is not
too late to bring Bobby back. It is not too late to walk back the mistakes that you guys have made. And I think that instead of like trying to walk back the eras in that show, you're gonna create another one that's along the same lines, and then do the same shit there because like it's you. Like I don't see there being a difference in that show than the things that they do in the original 911.
Is he the writer? Tim Minear, is he the writer for both shows?
I have no idea. I hope not.
I really would hope not.
I hope not.
I hope not. I hope they would give somebody else a chance.
Please give somebody else in that room.
Nashville. Honestly, I think that's what would get me. If I found out that he was not the writer for Nashville and like somebody else entirely is doing it, I think I would be more interested to watch it.
But like if it's a whole nother showrunner and a whole nother like writer, why did we do the 113? Right. I still like that floors me. I don't understand why it has to be so close to the original.
I don't normally like that. Like, one of the shows I talk about a lot is Charmed, and a lot of the inconsistencies in the show is because throughout their 8 years they kept changing writers, and so there was no continuity because like one writer would introduce this idea and then another writer would completely disregard that it was a thing and write something that completely contradicts that. So normally I don't like that, but I think with the path that we're on and what we have seen of Tim Minear thus far, I think it's time to give somebody else a chance.
Let somebody else in the room. Yeah, actually.
Yeah, because he can still be there. You know, he can sit. You know, he can have a seat at the table at the far end.
Let somebody else in.
But like, let's give somebody else a chance. You know, let somebody, you know, who is actually familiar with the show, a chance to see what they can do.
That just made me think about the plot point. Y'all had Buck deliver that damn baby on his couch and never brought it up again.
Never again.
Never again. We don't see them parents. We don't
all
see
the Father's Day that have passed, and not a single card was given to Buck. You know?
That's crazy.
Not a text or
also,
anything.
Why would y'all do that, knowing that man, that's the one that wanted to have kids the most in that show? Like, did y'all hate him or what? Y'all hated that man, and nobody can convince me otherwise. Y'all hate him. Y'all hate him for the things that y'all put him through. Not clearly.
Tommy was enough.
Tommy was enough.
Clearly, you hate that man.
Jeez. And I still got a bone to pick with Robbie for that. Because why you bring that man to the table? No. I know you wanted to get rid of Buck. Buck was fangirling.
Real bad.
Eddie has a silver star.
Silver star.
Okay, but
the
we
number
get
of
it.
pics that came out of that silver star comment is crazy.
Yo, I was having a field day on L3. I was having
Eddie
a
would never
field
do
day.
anything illegal. He has a silver star.
Sir, what? Oh, he was fangirling. Oh, something else that came from Oliver on the podcast. Him finally admitting that that scene was gay.
With the Smith sisters.
Yes.
Yeah.
That
I was like, you ain't saying nothing new?
No.
We all knew.
We all said that. Like,
we all knew as soon as we saw it. Like, we knew exactly what it was.
We knew what it was.
But again, one of those things that's like, why would you do that? You know?
Why?
Like, what was the reason?
Did they tell you to grab your belt like that? Did they tell you to walk up on that man like that?
You know, why was it even written?
Why was it written? That's not something I would ever say to my straight friend. Want to go for the title? What title are we talking about?
What title are we talking about here?
What do you mean?
Yeah. I don't know. I've said before in a video, like, I'm not closing the door.
Yeah.
On Buddy. It's closed. It's not locked though.
Yeah.
You know, like,
it's ajar for me.
Right.
It's ajar.
It's slightly cracked, you know. Slight crack in the door. And I feel like it's closing more and more every season. And I don't know, I'm like, after 8 years, we should be used to it, you know. I feel like they've been playing this game really for years.
Debating it for a while.
But yeah, I'll be tuned in. If for the only reason to talk about it and make content and go live, because I know that there are still people who really enjoy it. You know, they don't live in my comments, because anytime I post anything about 911, the comments, I ain't watching. They lost me. Bring back Bobby. Like, and I feel like Peepaw. that's the crowd that I have over here. Like, it's the, you know, we're done. Yeah. You know, which I get it. Stand on business. Period. You know,
do what you gotta do.
Right. Do what you gotta do for yourself. Like, but yeah, I'm curious, not interested. Yeah. You know, curious to see, like, where are they taking this story? Why are they going to space? What the hell is a team of firefighters and a cop going to do against asteroids, meteorites falling out of the sky? I do not know, but, you know, curious to see what nonsense we will be in for.
Because it's what it's going to be. It's going to be nonsense. And I'm going to tune in. I want to see what happens. And if it goes left, then I probably won't be continuing with the rest of the season.
Yeah. I feel there are too many 911 creators in my circle, people that I enjoy.
Yeah.
And I know they're going to be talking about it, and I feel like the FOMO is going to kill me. True. I feel like if anything, like that will be what carries me throughout the season. Is so that way I will know what people are talking about, you know, when they're making comments about the show.
Yeah. I saw a lot of people, like, if I do watch it, I probably won't be watching it live. I used to be locked in, like you said, on Thursdays, blocking my schedule. I need to make sure that I'm home to see this. Actually, missed the whole concert one time to make sure that I was at home to watch it. And I believe, actually, that was the episode that they killed Bobby.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, bitch, I should have went to my concert. But... Yeah, so
Cancel
I think
plans. Hey, I'm busy.
I got something to do.
I got something to do. I'm sorry.
That's not gonna be me. It's not gonna be me. I'll October 9th, I'll be there for the first episode.
Yeah.
And then I think after that I won't be watching it.
Yeah. Fridays is just a good of a day to watch. You know.
I'll still get my little video out and call it a day.
And it will be fun.
It will be absolutely fine.
Totally fine. I'm not completely writing it off because, you know, he could surprise me. Yeah. He could, you know, because regardless of how the season ended last season, it did start pretty good. Yeah. Like, he had me up until about midway through, you know. Yeah. So he could surprise me. I don't know. So I'm not going to completely write it off and say fuck the show, but the interest isn't there anymore. Yeah. I'm not like... You know, which is like, I'm grateful for the show because, like, that's how we met. And, like, that's literally how I even became a content creator in the first place, was because I was so in love with this show. Nobody in my life watched the show. I was like, great. I need to talk about it. I need to give these thoughts to someone. These ideas cannot live in me anymore, or I'm going to explode. Like, I need to put these thoughts somewhere. So, like, that is what started it all. But that feeling doesn't exist anymore. No. You know, I'm like, that anxiousness of like, oh, I can't wait to talk about this. I can't wait to see this. You know, and I think...
I made my first 911... It's Bobby. I think I made my first 911 video the other day, and that was the first one I've made in like a few weeks. Like, it's just not been the same interest, or not the same... hype for it or anything, and it's shared across the fandom. I feel like because people in the comments are like, I'm not gonna watch it live. Some are like, I'm just not gonna watch it at all. Why y'all kill Peepaw? Yeah. What was the reason?
There was none.
And now look where we are. Actually,
because you were better off just going on the path that you were going.
You know.
And if somebody had to die, which I'm like, I don't know why he felt like that. That was the realistic part of it, especially because you're first responders. People die all the time. I'm like, there's a lot of death on the show, you know? So it's like why did that bring the realism when they literally lose people all the time?
And why did Hen have a whole open wound in there and she didn't get infected? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Why is he like? It didn't make sense to me. Yeah. And then y'all sat there and made us watch him die. Made us watch him collapse on the table.
Yeah. I think that even thinking about like that episode where he died, like there were so many other opportunities for realism. Like if you wanted it to be realistic, you should have had one of them arrested. Yeah. They were literally outrunning the cops and the FBI. Like, you should have had one of them arrested and gone to jail. Right. Like, I think that would have been more realistic. You know, I'm like, there were so many other opportunities for realism. And why do we have to take the one that involved killing off the heart of the show? Especially when, like, he didn't want to die. Like, I could see if he had this other really amazing opportunity lined up, or maybe he was just tired and wanted to retire, but it's like he didn't even want to go. No. You know? So it's like
a creative
decision. Why would you do that? Like, yeah, I'll never understand that. Maybe that's why I don't work in TV and shit like that.
You know, somebody needs to put me in the writer's room, because that shit was crazy. Like, I
really feel like for TV shows, especially TV shows, there should be a fan.
For sure.
Like, they should run contests where fans are invited to be in the writer's room and, like, co-write on an episode or help guide an episode.
And you know my first pick? Let me tell you about my feels.
Please.
Let me tell you about my feels. Get in the field. I need you immediately. Where's your original novel, baby?
I need to know so badly who that is.
I need to know
who it is.
Oh my God.
I cannot tell you
what
we have been through together. Like, me and let me tell you about my feels. Like, we're like your family. You are my family at this point. Like, I need to know so badly who that is. Like,
same.
Because the way that they write,
I love it.
Is true art.
Yes.
Like, it's the only way to describe it. Like, it makes me. I'm curious about all fanfic writers. Like, I'm curious, especially for like AO3. I wasn't really a Wattpad user, so I don't really know what goes on over there.
I didn't really use
Wattpad. But like AO3 is a like public platform. Like, and pretty much everybody there is writing for free. Like, so like there is passion in writing. Like, you know, like you're not getting paid for your writing.
Some of them can make best work.
Right. And it's like some of you put so much like heart and soul and intention into the words that you are writing and developing these scenes and the dialogue, and it's like,
it's
for
amazing.
Free, like,
it's
I'm
amazing.
like, I feel like, now I don't want this to happen. So if it does happen, don't blame me. I feel like there should be a premium version of AO3 that you pay like a little monthly subscription for,
so that the writers can get paid.
Yeah. Because some of them most definitely deserve to be paid. Like, it's like, I can't believe that you created this, like Romeo and Juliet, really, like, for free, like, just because you wanted to, not because you get any benefit. And it's like AO3, it's like username, so it's not even like we can say like, oh this
so-and-so.
person, right, like, this is so and so, like, they're an amazing writer. Like, we don't even know who it is. Like, it's like watching and reading people put so much time and effort and intentionality into these stories and these characters, all for nothing, just for the enjoyment, just for
the comments of other people,
right? Just for the enjoyment of the fandom.
Yeah,
like,
it's such a beautiful thing, though. I feel like, because so many of us, I know for a fact, in the fandom spend a lot of time on AO3. Spend a lot of time bookmarking, reading, like, commenting, mark for later, like, have the whole nine going. I think it's a beautiful thing, though, that like people do invest so much into their writing, especially when it's for free.
Yeah,
I'm writing for the enjoyment of being a part of this fandom and releasing it to people for the enjoyment of others. It's great, but I would love to see one of them in the writer's room.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I think I need y'all. I need them.
I'm like, if they were to roll out like a little monthly premium subscription for AO3, I'd pay it.
I'd pay it.
I'd definitely pay it.
I pay for a lot of other things.
Because I definitely feel like there are some, even if there is no like monthly subscription, I'm like, I wish there was a way that I could like tip writers or like donate to write. Like, when I'm like, because sometimes kudos ain't enough.
It's
not. You
know,
kudos, comment, and bookmark, it just doesn't feel like enough for what you have given me.
And I can only kudos once. I be trying to do it and they be like, thank you for, you've already left the kudos here. Girl, I'm trying to leave some more.
Right. It's like, sometimes it just does not feel like enough. You know, I'm like, I feel like I need to pay you. I need to be able to send you some sort of donation or something, because like, this was great. I'm like, we just talked about it earlier. The amount of money I spent on books is crazy. Like, I would definitely
spend money on AO3.
Right, tip somebody for the time, and like, especially for the like 100K plus word fix. I'm like, this must have taken you forever. Like, and then at the end of it, it's just, here you go. You know,
have it.
Right. There's no like
payment.
There's no like, you know, you get commission for the number of bookmarks or whatever. Like,
no, I put my blood, sweat, and tears in this.
And it's all for you. It's all people that I don't know and have never met. You know.
Yeah. It's great though. I would definitely pay a subscription for AO3, or at least be able to tip
Right.
and donate to the writers. Because
Yeah.
some of them have putting their best work out there, and I'm just like,
It's
girl,
so good.
I
Yeah.
ate this up real bad.
They need to be in the writer's room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So let me tell you how my feels. If you want to just DM me,
Right.
or just let me know
Who
who are you.
Who are you?
I really just want to connect with you. I want to see, like, you know, yeah. I just want to connect with you. I also want to see if you are writing anything, that you're selling. If you're selling books or
are
like
you
poetry, are you a writer in real life? Just let me know, because I'd love to support you.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
There's
Any
a couple,
way we can.
Any way we can. There's a couple. I know that in future episodes we'll have sections or segments that we're talking about fanfics, and we'll talk about other writers. Let me tell you about my feels. It's just one that I know off the top of my head that I have thoroughly enjoyed.
Love them.
Thoroughly enjoyed. Yeah.
Cool. Well, that is going to wrap episode 1 of Rated T&T with Tim and Tay. Thank you all for being here and for listening. This was just episode 1, so as we continue to create and come up with ideas for this show, we'll have some different segments. Like Tay mentioned, we'll have a segment about fan fictions, and we'll have a segment about shows that we're currently watching. We also purposely slated episode 1 to be about 911, just because that's how we met, and that's sort of the fandom that we sort of grew in. But as the show continues, we will start to talk about some other shows. I know Teen Wolf is somewhere down the line. Charm may be down there. Interview with the Vampire. All the shows that we kind of talk about on our social media platforms will be up for discussion. And if you have thoughts and ideas, shows that you want us to talk about or review, please let us know, because we are open to any and all suggestions. That's all we got. Thanks for watching.